back to Speak Candidly. Here's Brandy and Adam.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Speak Candidly. I am Brandy, and this is Adam, and this is where we speak candidly about everything and anything we want to.
Welcome back, everybody. Today's topic is...
We're going to do a best and worst of 2025.
That's right. I put together a list, and we're going to go through all of the things. Now, we left out politics.
Yes.
But all of the, the rest of, the cultural stuff. We're going to try to pick out what are some of the best and what are some of the worst things of 2025.
Okay.
What was your overall impression of 2025?
I'm honestly curious to see what you put on your best list because I, at present time, could not think of anything very positive about 2025.
You have no idea how hard it was to find the good things for the list. The bad things, I could have written pages and pages.
Thank God that year's over.
The good, took a little while, but I think I got a couple of good ones.
Good. Let's start off with the good ones.
All right, we're going to start with, and this is one of my favorite, and this kind of brought us into the year. Kendrick Lamar's Super Bowl halftime show.
That's a good one.
That one, I think, was just amazing the way that it just blew up.
Yeah.
And, I'm a hip hop fan.
Right.
And I love all the diss tracks.
Yeah.
But to not only write a diss track about Drake, but then to be able to perform it in front of 100 million people at the Super Bowl, bring his ex-girlfriend in to crip walk during it, while calling him a pedophile. I mean, how much better of a diss track can you get than that?
I mean, that was the ultimate petty, and it was only the beginning of the year.
That was the beginning petty.
Right? I mean, we went out with a petty bang of the year with 50 Cent, but that was a beginning petty. It was a petty year.
It was a very petty year. It was honestly, those are two of the best things about the year. So yeah. I'm okay with the petty.
Yeah. The petty showed up.
Just bring some other good for us, would you please?
Right.
All right. Number 2 on the list was Jake Paul getting knocked the fuck out by Anthony Joshua.
Oh, yes. Oh, my God. I mean, who couldn't be happy about that?
Who does not love to see a Paul getting smacked around?
Right? Now, I know there were rumors that it was scripted and that he went off script. I know it's probably not true, but there's a part of me that wishes that it was because that's just hysterical.
I don't know. I've heard, I'm almost convinced that there is a script for these. Mm-hmm. Right? That's why it's so tightly contained. However, there's been, he's never said anything about it. There's been no formal leaks about it. Mm-hmm. So it's just left to speculation.
Right.
But that would make it even better if it was scripted and he went off script just to knock him the fuck out.
Right.
Break his jaw in 2 places.
This isn't a game, dude. This is a career, you know?
You're messing with people.
Right.
Right.
This isn't a show.
Right.
This is a sport.
Remember your place.
Right.
You're a social media influencer.
Right.
You're not a professional boxer.
Right. This is a career. This is a sport. People.
And this is the highest level.
Right. Professional people have had serious long life, complications because of this sport.
Oh yeah.
People
have died in the ring.
Yeah. It's not a joke.
Not a joke at all.
People have lost body parts, yours specifically. So
yeah, that too. Especially when you step in the ring with Mike Tyson.
Right.
I did hear a rumor, and I don't know if it's true, that Logan Paul challenged Joshua.
I heard this too.
And I'm hoping it's true.
Yeah.
Because I would love to see. I mean, if Joshua knocks out both Paul brothers, now he's English, right?
Yeah.
So I think he should be knighted.
Or
I don't think there's any question.
Do you give him an Oscar for that? How does he get a YouTube award for?
Give him all the awards.
All of them, right?
All of them.
Yeah. But maybe a Tony?
All of them. Any award you possibly can. Okay, give him the FIFA Peace Prize. Okay? Doesn't fucking mean anything anyway. But knight that man. Sir Anthony Joshua.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
They can use my sword and everything.
There you go.
Knight the guy, because that would be amazing.
Okay.
So I'm hoping that happens in 2026. All right. Now the next one is Pope Leo.
I like him.
I know you do.
So I really, really liked Pope Francis because of all of the humanitarian efforts and just how humble he was. A lot of the things that he did for the homeless, the things that he spoke out against, it really speaks volumes to me when you use a platform on that level to speak up for those who do not have a platform.
Right.
And I feel that Leo is kind of following suit. And it's amazing to be in a time where, on a historic level, this is unprecedented. We have an American Pope. We've never had one historically. So that's huge for America, historically. But my faith isn't rooted in religion, so to speak. So when my faith aligns with those who are representing religions, it feels right to me and it feels good. And I think that he's going to do an amazing job, and he's standing up for those who don't have a platform for themselves. So we'll see what he can do.
Yeah. I'm not a big fan of the popes, but I like the fact that we got a pope from Chi-Town. So he's all right in my book.
Yeah.
All right. Next, we have AI advancements.
Okay.
And, this encompasses a couple things. First of all, the actual technology side of it, agentic AI, advanced multimodality. But it also encompasses some of what that means on the other side of it. Mm-hmm. The advancements that we've seen in research,
yes,
in science,
yes,
as well as some of the improvements that have been made.
Yes.
The video advancements alone. Mm-hmm. In 2025 have been incredible.
Yes.
We came in with, 6 fingers and, poor lighting and just, you could really kind of pick it out. We left 2025 like it's pretty close to perfect.
I mean, there are so many times that I literally have to ask you, like,
yes,
is this AI? Because it's getting there. It's definitely getting there.
Yeah, you kind of have to know how to be like a super sleuth.
Yeah.
To like look for the signs. And even then, sometimes you're just really not sure.
Right.
So a lot of advancements this year. It's come a long way. Mm-hmm. I feel like they kind of pushed for it. Like everybody is all in on it now, whether we want to or not.
Right.
We're not turning back.
There's no turning back.
There's no turning back.
Right.
So we're on our way with it.
Yes.
And to see then over the course of 1 year, so many positives come from it, I think that's, that's a good thing out of 2025.
Absolutely. I mean, we're seeing companies that are trying to use it to help with innovations in not just technologies, but the medical field.
Yeah.
There's so many things that we're going to see happen so quickly, and changes that happen, in a blink of an eye. And it's going to be exciting to see where we can take this.
I couldn't agree more. Next on the list, I've got a couple of movies and TV shows.
Okay.
That kind of encompass the year. We're going to start with Sinners.
Okay.
I know you and I watched that together.
Yes.
For me, you take Michael B. Jordan.
Times two.
Times two. With vampires.
Right.
And I'm going to watch it.
It was just amazing story, amazing acting. There just even the cinematography. I told you, like, my favorite part of the movie is in the barn and they're dancing, and the way that you see different eras being represented and different cultures being represented depending on who the camera is focusing on, and just how seamless it was done.
Right.
Just beautiful. Absolutely amazing art. And again, then you compound this with the acting and the story, and just blown away 100%.
Right. But also Michael B. Jordan and vampires.
Yeah.
Okay. You're right. All the rest of it,
yeah.
Right? It was an amazing script.
Yeah.
Incredible acting.
Yeah.
Everything about the production was A tier. Like, it was an awesome movie.
Yes.
But you had me at Michael B. Jordan and vampires.
Yes. Yeah.
So
he's always great, and no matter what he does,
yeah, he's awesome.
He's golden.
Yeah. All right. Next, I have the TV show The Pit.
Love it. Oh, such an amazing show, and just gritty.
Yeah.
And raw. I know you have told me that it's been regarded highly amongst the medical community as being
Yeah.
as close to what really happens.
Right.
Absolutely love that they focused on the PTSD experience during the pandemic. I think that's really important to highlight because that was really difficult for especially that career, people having to deal with what they had to deal with. Beautifully done. Again, just that's a really good one. I like that you brought that one into this. So
Yeah, it's a combination, like, if you talk to anybody in the medical field, especially that works in like ER, it's very clear that they are overworked, understaffed.
yeah,
And this, I think, just kind of highlighted that for the average everyday person, exactly how overworked and understaffed they are.
yes,
And like you said, the PTSD aspect of it from COVID, but I mean, just in general,
yes,
what medical professionals have to go through in their careers is incredible,
Absolutely.
and I really wouldn't wish that on anybody unless that's what you were meant to do in life. I think this was a great portrayal of that.
I couldn't agree more. Absolutely, great show.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can't wait to see what they do with season 2.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, season 1, it's going to be a high bar to live
Yeah.
up to, but
Yeah, definitely.
I'm excited for that. All right. Now, this next one wasn't really me. I put this one on the list for you. K-pop Demon Hunters.
Okay, so a lot of our kids are huge anime fans.
Right.
I am not personally. You are
Right.
not personally. I think we have one kid that is not into it.
Correct.
But all the other ones, huge. I think it was the twins who kind of were trying to encourage me to watch it.
Right.
And I was just like, I don't think so. I don't think it's, my thing. But then I heard the soundtrack and I was like, oh, that changed me completely. I had like already started getting like obsessed with songs. So then I watched the movie and I became just as big a fan as everybody else. Like it's a well done, beautiful story, great animation, awesome soundtrack.
Yeah.
So definitely great. I thought they did a really good job with that. And the fact that those girls are already platinum, it's not even a real band. It's just a movie. These are fictional characters. But, those girls who played those characters are now platinum with their songs. That's
It's
awesome.
like the modern day Josie and the Pussycats.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Not a real band,
Yeah.
but yet sold records.
Yep.
Yeah, this one wasn't like, they're not my thing.
Yeah.
I'm not their target audience.
Right.
But, I don't have to be. Mm-hmm. You can recognize, the cultural impact that it had.
Absolutely.
Personally, I wasn't a fan of it, but it was big between the songs. Like you said, the songs were all over the radio.
Yep. Still are.
And references to it all over the place. It was
Yeah.
pretty big.
And they're going to franchise this. They're going to make a couple more movies out of it.
course
Why
they are.
not?
Of course,
it's hot.
Whatever they can, they will try to franchise.
Exactly.
All right, last one on the list, and this one again is the most recent. Stranger Things, the final season.
Okay.
You and I took the kids to go see the finale. We actually did an episode that kind of intertwined with what they're doing with it.
Right.
We absolutely loved the final season.
Yes.
And then for the finale, took the kids to the theater to see it.
Yes. Which was awesome. At first, it was a little weird for me personally. Apparently, I was the only one that felt this way, though. Like, as we started to watch it and knowing, like, muscle memory, when you go to the theater, you have, like, a beginning, a middle, and an end. And when it started, we were at the middle of the end. My brain was like, wait a minute, this isn't the usual protocol for a movie. So, like, I was a little discombobulated, believe it or not, in the beginning.
Really?
Like, I knew where we were in the story, but I was not in a good element for where it normally takes place.
Okay.
So there was just a weirdness to it for me. I don't know how to describe it other than that. Anyway, I'll stop babbling. Great, though. What they did with that story, I don't personally think that they could have handled that any better than that they did. They did an amazing job telling that story and the way that they presented it.
So many great shows have just ended so poorly. They've just crashed and burned.
Right?
And I think this was arguably the best ending to a show that I have ever seen.
Yeah, I can get on board with that 100%.
Yeah, it was just, the whole season, right? Like, it was a great show.
Yeah.
It's kind of a cultural phenomenon.
Yeah.
I think the others on this list are, for our time period are going to be great. I think this one is one that's actually going to stand the test of time.
I do too.
And it's going to, find its way into our culture for years to come.
I agree with that.
But I think the way that they, the way they navigated all 5 seasons, the Duffer Brothers are going to be, somebody's going to back up a Brinks truck and say, what's your next story?
Yes.
Because the way that you wrote, the way that you adapted things as you went, the way that you handled the cast and crew, all of it was as good as we've seen in a very long time.
Right.
So I'm glad that, that they ended it well. I know some people didn't like it, but some people are going to bitch and moan about everything.
You're not gonna please everybody 100% of the time, especially when it comes into entertainment, because we don't all see everything as entertaining equally. We all are entertained differently, I should say. So of course,
some people are going to be offended by
that's okay.
Anything.
That's okay. Let them be.
So let them be. I thought it was amazing.
Here's the thing I say about that. If you think you could do a better job, go do it.
Very true. Very true. Now, let's move to the bad list.
Okay, let's do the baddies.
So the first on the bad list, and I think everybody will agree with this one, 6-7.
6-7. 6-7.
Yeah, don't. Why? Just why?
It doesn't bother me like it bothers you.
It doesn't bother me like that the kids do it.
Okay.
Like, we all have had our stupid slogans and, slang when we grew up.
Yeah.
I mean, some of the shit we said when we were kids, right, is just absolute stupidity.
Yeah.
Doesn't bother me that the kids giggle over this.
Okay.
But, like, the fact that it's starting to find its way into, like, everyday society and stuff with us old people. No, us old people should not be saying 6-7.
Yeah, but usually when it hits the old people and the old people are trying to make it cool too, that's usually when they stop. And then it just becomes uncool.
Yeah, but we're not seeing that.
Yeah, you will. Give it another couple of weeks.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure, because like even the twins, like when they saw Robin from ABC or whatever it was that we were watching for New Year's, brought up and did the 6-7.
Right.
And the twins were like, oh, it's not cool anymore.
Right. I think that's what a lot of people are hoping for, right? We run out there going 6-7, 6-7. They're going to be like, all right, we're done with this shit.
Yeah. If you want a kid to stop doing anything, just try to make it cool. They will stop immediately.
But so far, that hasn't happened, so we'll see. All right, the next one is Labubu's.
I don't get it. But you know what? That's okay, too. There is always something that it doesn't serve a purpose on anything like logical. It does nothing for anyone, and yet becomes so popular that it's changing the way that culturally kids play and have toys, right?
Cabbage Patch Kids, Tamagotchis,
Exactly.
Nintendo's,
Ataris, like you name it.
The game systems, right? Like there's Pokemon.
Yeah.
Furbies.
Exactly.
I was in the middle of the Furby rush.
Yeah, like something that there's no point to it, but for some reason it's a phenomenon, Yeah,
but I like the ones where it doesn't it's not about, you can't get them unless you spend an exorbitant amount of money. That's the thing that bothers me.
I mean, well, I expect that, and because we are in the end stage of capitalism, so that's going to happen no matter what you're talking about.
Right.
That's just where we are economically, right?
Right.
So that doesn't really play a factor in the fact for me that this is something that is just a phenomenon that we've seen our whole lives.
Right.
So it just makes sense to me that, this is the next Elmo or the next Cabbage Patch doll or whatever,
Tickle Me Elmo. That was another one. Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
We don't have any Labubus in the house, do we?
No, the kids are actually anti-Labubu, all of them. They literally were like, do not waste your money. I don't want that.
We've done a good job. We raised them right. All right. Next on the list is the Blue Origin space trip, which featured Katy Perry, Gayle King, Bezos's at the time fiance, now wife, that I won't even mention her name. Their there's like a 12-minute trip up into space and back.
Right.
What are your thoughts on that?
Disappointed.
Why?
So here was an opportunity that we could have highlighted something special for women in this field. And we instead highlighted and used this as a PR moment for celebrities.
Right.
And that's just disappointing to me. You know, I'm not saying that we should not have taken other people from other fields to space the way that we did. I think that is definitely something that is in itself just as important. I just feel that the focus could have been used to highlight something more and make it more meaningful for all of us.
Right.
Instead of it becoming the PR stunt that it became. So disappointed.
Yeah. It wasn't a scientific trip.
Right.
It was a PR stunt.
Exactly.
And I do want to mention there were two people on there, Aisha Bowe and Amanda Wynn.
Right.
Who both, I know Aisha Bowe was an aeronautical engineer. And I don't remember Amanda Wynn. I know she worked for NASA and then has become like a political activist. But you're talking about two professionals that were in the field.
Correct.
And yet nobody talks about those two.
Exactly.
You know, I guess my only question is, if there had been 5 of them or 6 of them instead of, you know, Katy Perry and, you know, Gayle King and whatever, would it have made as much of a, you know, as much news and as much cultural impact as it did with the Blue Origin?
That's a really good question. Part of me wants to say yes, just because, you know, when we tried this when we were younger with the unfortunate Challenger.
Yeah.
We were trying to do basically the same thing, right? Bring more recognition, and also it was people who weren't necessarily just tied to the space program, right?
Right.
We all know how that ended, and that was tragic in itself. But I think that same concept, right? You know, to highlight the program, to highlight the science, to highlight the people, and especially the women. It's important, I believe, because for so long, the women who have been a part of this program from the start, who have helped to make the space race what it is today, it took so long for them to get the recognition that they do deserve. And they, you know, they don't get highlighted the way that they should. They aren't given that spotlight the way that they should. And this could have been that opportunity to do that and to kind of create those heroes for little girls.
Well, no, but this was Jeff Bezos creating a trip for his fiance, which is sad.
Good for her, but like, did that need to be televised? You couldn't have done that just on your own? Like, why did you need the whole world watching you doing that then?
She was also the lead.
I know.
I don't know how.
I know. Well, she's a pilot, right? Or was a pilot. She can fly.
To flying a plane and flying a spacecraft are two very different things. A shuttle. Very different things.
Yes and no, because look at the guy who now is heading NASA. He started with a pilot's license, and now he...
Many of them do start that way.
Right.
But then go through years of training and, you know, understanding of everything.
Yes.
She's not one of those people.
You're right. You're absolutely right.
So there's your nepotism.
Yeah.
All right. Next one on the list is the Coldplay Kiss Cam video.
Again, disappointing in the fact that this is as big as it is news-wise. We know that societally we don't honor relationships as much as we honor people who are disrespectful of relationships. And that's exactly what it was an example of. Two people who were stepping out on their marriages, who worked together, who lost their jobs over it. You know, she ended in filing for divorce. Supposedly he got back together with his wife or has been seen with his wife. Who knows? It's their business.
Right.
Again, it's their business. Why is this huge?
Well,
why is this culturally a thing?
I think that's my question about it, right? Like, it was funny for 30 seconds, because they got caught on a kiss camera, and then
And their reaction. And
of
a
it.
story.
Funny, right?
Right.
You move on.
Right.
But the fact that it just kept going.
And it's still going. She just had a whole shoot done for her and an expose and how it wasn't an affair and it was a one night bad decision fueled by alcohol. And like, why?
I don't
Why?
give a shit.
Exactly.
Move on.
Why are we milking these stories that are not stories?
Right.
This is unfortunately just somebody's life. That we're-
Right. That's the thing. Families are affected by this.
Yeah.
Next one. Bill Belichick and his 24-year-old girlfriend, Jordan Hudson. This is another one where I don't give a shit what you do in your private life. I really don't.
Yeah.
You know, I wish that, you know, whatever they want to do, they're two consenting adults, go ahead, that's fine.
Right.
But the fact that this is like pushed out into public and she seems to be seen everywhere that she possibly can.
I agree with you. Here's the thing. If they want to do some sort of weird reality show, you know what I mean? Go for it.
Sure.
You know, if people want to watch you and you get, you know, whatever you want to get out of it, go for it. When she's on the field, when he's trying to do his job and they're using that to somehow promote her and she's interfering with what he's doing professionally,
Right.
like that's what you're crossing a line. And now you're just making it weird for everybody. And nobody cares that much about you and your relationship to want their sports messed with. So,
Yeah.
you know.
He's, because he's now the coach at North Carolina.
Yes.
And from what I believe I heard was the school has had to kind of step in and
Right.
set some restrictions
Right. Because of
because of what was going on.
how involved she's tried
Right.
to interject her opinions.
Right.
And like, you're not a coach.
You're not
you
a
know?
coach, you're right.
And that's not your job.
Right.
Right. And like, respectfully, even if you have a ton of knowledge on the sport itself, that is not your job.
Right.
Please allow the professionals who are hired for that to do their job.
Right.
You go find something else. Like I said, if what you're looking for is a reality show, there are other aspects of your life that you can highlight with him that doesn't involve you kind of making a mess of his job. So that's just my opinion.
Completely agree. All right. So next on the list, we have AI slop. Now, on the good list, we highlighted some of the advancements
Right.
and, you know, some of the breakthroughs
Right.
and the way that it's advancing in a positive way.
Right.
But there's also been a lot of negative things with AI lately.
Right.
You know, stemming from, you know, fake videos that convince your parents of things that aren't true, you know, propaganda type of things.
Right.
All the way down to the deep fakes that are, you know, potentially harmful to other people.
Right. So this pisses me off a little bit. Just this morning when I was kind of getting my little news debrief from Alexa, highlighted a story about Grok on X and how there's a lot of backlash going on right now because people have been using it to take pictures of actual people to create naked images of them. And this is including even children. And what pisses me off about it is we know that this is how society acts when they are given anything.
Right.
They don't know how to behave themselves. So why aren't we putting stipulations in play prior to us releasing this to the public to prevent them from using it for things like that? Because we know that we can. We know that we should, and we know that we have to. So why are we not being proactive? Why are we being reactive?
I'm with you. And again, a lot of positive advancements, a lot of great stuff. But when you have these type of negatives, if we don't address them early on and set legislation, regulation, all of those things to ensure that this stuff doesn't happen, we're going to be in trouble.
Exactly.
Although you called it Gronk at first.
I did.
I would actually love an AI
Gronk.
with Rob Gronkowski. Okay? Gronk AI. I think that'd be fucking amazing. I would pay a subscription service. If you're listening, Rob Gronkowski, which I know you're not, I would pay money for your AI. No questions asked. I'd sign up the first day. That sounds amazing. Sorry, tangent there.
That's okay. That's okay. It's cute.
All right. And the last one on the list, on the negative list, was the Louvre heist, where $103 million worth of French crown jewels were stolen from the Louvre.
I don't think that this is necessarily a bad thing.
Yeah, we've talked about this, right? Because I have it on the bad list.
Yeah.
But we've talked about this before, and you don't necessarily see it as a bad thing.
No.
See, I do, because while I loved the heist itself, right? Nobody was hurt.
Right.
And it's like from a movie script. Like an Ocean's 11,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
It was awesome from that regard.
Yeah.
The downside of it is, again, $100 million worth of, stuff was stolen and sold off, most likely to private collections, to never be seen again. So when you have, history and all that other stuff that just goes away, that's the negative of it.
I 100% agree with you. I don't like it at all. I think that when it comes to history, artifacts, art, it should belong to the people. It
Right.
should be accessible to the people. You know, it bothers me that there are private collections out there that exist that the public can't view, So in that aspect, yes, definitely. But this is going to make a great movie. Somebody needs to, if they haven't already started working on it, needs to start working on this right now. Like one of the guys, one of the suspects, not only was a security guard for the Louvre, but was a social media influencer, which let's just back that up because we all know that thieves aren't necessarily intelligent. It's kind of like a running joke about burglars, right? And I'm really sorry, but if you're a social media influencer, robbing someone or anything, it's probably the worst thing you could probably ever do because everyone knows who you are. Just saying.
Okay. I mean, nobody's ever accused most social media influencers of being intelligent.
That's true.
So.
Okay. Point taken.
Yeah. But great story.
It is. It is definitely a great story. And I have faith that those pieces will eventually make their way back.
I hope so.
To the Louvre.
I hope so.
I think that they'll definitely figure it out. It's just a matter of time. Somebody's going to roll on somebody and it'll happen.
Okay. Well, that's the list. What'd you think of it?
I liked it. That was a good list.
Yeah?
Yeah. Definitely enjoyed dissecting that list with you.
I'm hoping that when we do the same list next year for 2026,
Yeah.
the pros are a lot easier to come by than the negatives.
I hope that for everyone. I hope this year has a lot of pros for everyone.
Yeah.
So
We could use it.
we definitely can.
Well, thank you for joining us, everybody. We hope you enjoyed the episode. We very much appreciate you. You can find us on Apple, Amazon, Spotify, Podbean, and YouTube. And until next time.
Bye, everybody.